Good morning and welcome to Stretch Saturday. Good morning and welcome to Stretch Saturday. We're going to get straight into it. So let's see who we've got in the Zoom room today. And we have Sarah. Hello. Right. Let's find ourselves a space. What we're going to do is just going to go straight into some movements to get all of our different joints moving. So first of all, we're just going to start by bringing our arms backwards and forwards. Just swinging them nicely. Backwards and forwards. Nothing major. Okay. I'm going to turn that into some windmills of our arms. So we bring our arms in nice circles all the way forwards. Let me just move some other equipment. So all the way forwards. Nice big circles. So feel like you're trying to stretch as far up as you can, as far forwards as you can, as far backwards as you can. Nice big circles. Okay, from that we're going to change the direction and do nice big circles backwards. Nice big circles. Oh, hang on. Good morning, Mark.
Good
Just
morning.
started. We're just doing some nice big circles with our arms. Excellent. So doing forwards and backwards. Okay, from there we're going to bring up and down to the sides. So all the way up, all the way down. Nice and slow. Big sweeping motions. Okay. Now we're going to bring the arms out to the side. We're going to turn one palm up, and the palm that's up, we're going to push towards that side. And turn the other palm up, push towards that side. Nice, big, flowing motions. Right, we're all back in the 80s dance floors. Well, we're probably 90s, actually.
Didn't know you'd seen me.
Okay, we're going to stand up. Now we're going to just let our arms relax at the elbows. We're going to bring them around in big circles. And the opposite direction. Okay, now I'm going to relax those down. Your shoulders are probably feeling a little bit tense now. So just going to raise your shoulders to your ears. A giant shrug. All the way up to your ears. All the way back down. Okay, we're going to change that into some shoulder shrugs. So we're going to roll the shoulders all the way forwards. Really squeeze your chest. Okay. Then roll them backwards. So feel your chest expand. Feel your back squeeze as you roll your shoulders backwards. Nice big movements. Okay. Right. Now we're going to move slightly further down the body. We're going to look at the trunk. Let's do some trunk rotations. So you can either leave your arms out straight, you can put your hands together. What we're going to do is just twist all the way around, keeping our feet firmly placed on the floor. And then the other way. All the way around. That's it. And back again. One more time. Okay. Right. And from there, we're going to go into our hips. We're going to do a hip flick. So again, just flicking our hips from one side to the other. Nice big positive motion at the end. Okay, we're going to turn those into pelvic tilts. So we're going to push our backside backwards and push our pelvis forwards. Backwards, forwards. Nice big movements. Okay, I'm going to turn that into some hip rotations. So I'm going to pretend you're in a box. You want to make it the biggest box you can possibly make it, but the only thing you can do is touch it with your hips. So really push it all the way around. And the opposite direction. Okay. And from there we move down to our knees. So popping our hands on our knees. We're just going to rotate our knees in one direction. And then rotate them in the opposite direction. All the way around. If you've got any little bits of creaking and clicking or popping or anything like that, this is probably quite normal. Our bodies take us through a lot, but just take note of them. If you have any pain though, that's different. If you have any pain, stop the movement. Okay. Right, we're going to move now down to our feet, specifically our ankles. You might need something to hold on to, because we're going to lift one leg into the air and just rotate your foot in one direction at the ankle. So really point it as much as you can, pull it back up as much as you can, and really twist it round as much as you can. And in the opposite direction. Okay, and we'll change feet. In one direction. And the opposite direction. All the way around. Okay, right, now that our bodies are nice and warmed up, we're going to move up to our hands. So we get our hands out straight. We're going to do some wrist flicks. It's like the crazy day in the office. Okay, so flick those wrists. Turn palms upwards, doing exactly the same. Okay, palms back down. Yeah, Friday night, bang those emails out before you can finish for the weekend. That's the one. Okay, palms back up again. Okay, from that, we're going to bring our elbows together, interlock our fingers, and roll our wrists round. Roll our wrists. Slightly getting quicker, and quicker again. Try to roll your wrists as quick as you possibly can. Okay, slow it down. What I'd like you to do now is try to go in the opposite direction. Bilateral movement. It's a good way of reminding ourselves we have a dominant side and recessive side. You might find this one's a little bit harder. You can't get quite as fast. But we still need to exercise it so that both sides get a good workout. Okay, right. Now we're going to go up to our head, and specifically our neck, and work our atlas and axis joints. So just nod your head, look up at the ceiling and bring your chin to your chest. Ceiling to chest. Okay, we've done that a few times. Now we're going to bring our head back to centre and just look left to right. Again, look as far left as you can, and as far right as you can. You're not looking at causing yourself any kind of difficulty. It's not like you're trying to extend it. Just look as far as you can. And from there, back to centre. And we're going to just bring our ear to our shoulder on each side. So leaning our head from side to side. And we're just warming it up. Okay. Right, now I've done that, what we're going to do, go through some stretching. We're going to start off with our pectoral muscles. These are our chest muscles. Remind ourselves, the chest muscle is a bit like a giant fan. It connects at the sternum here, and then goes all the way across our chest, and then joins our arm up here. And specifically, it's about that pushing motion that pulls our arm forwards and pushes things away from our body. So when we're looking to stretch, we're looking to give the opposite motion to what we're doing there. So for this one, we're going to try and push it back and pull it back. So if you just do that without using a wall, just put your hand over your chest, put your arm up at like 90 degrees. If you pull your arm back, you should feel the muscle under your skin as it tries to move away from the body. So that's the feeling we're looking for. We're looking now at putting that a little more of a stretch. So to do so, find a space against the wall, put your arm up at 90 degrees against your body, and what you need to do is then lean into it and twist your body so you can feel that stretch almost just underneath your armpit, and then stretching down from there across your chest. Once you've found it, hold it. We're going to hold it for 15 seconds. And relax. Because we're doing developmental stretching, we're going to do that twice. So we're going to find that stretch point and hold it for another 15 seconds. Find a stretch point and hold it. And relax. Okay, now we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So again, arm up to the wall at 90 degrees. Put a bit of pressure on there so you can feel that stretch against your pectoral. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. Okay, and release. Right. So we've done our chest. We're going to move now onto our arms. So we're going to start with the bicep muscle. So the bicep muscle starts in your shoulder, works down to about your elbow. And the idea with the bicep muscle is it allows your arm to move in this type of direction. So you're pulling your arm upwards. So if you just place your fingertips over the top of your biceps, so it's usually one of the easiest ones that people recognise. It's one that everyone associates with bodybuilders and stuff. Just put your fingertips over, and if you feel it as you start to compress your arm, that's the muscle we're looking to stretch. So if it works in this direction, we need to stretch it by pushing it in that direction away from us. We also have to be careful though of our shoulders. So to do this, what we're going to do, we're going to put our arm up at 90 degrees, we're going to twist it so that the bicep is facing forwards. And I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure. And as you apply it, when we put the pressure against the wall, what you're going to do is you're going to feel the stretch coming down this part of your arm. If you find it's going elsewhere, you've probably not got the position right, so just try and reposition your arm a little bit. So again, we're going to find a wall. I find it easier to put my palm flat against the wall with the heel of my palm facing forwards. Once I've done that, so it's roughly in the right position, I can put a little bit of pressure on against the arm, find that stretch point, and hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. We're going to do the same on the other side. So again, arm up 90 degrees against your body. find that stretch point. You might find it starts in your elbow and then comes back up towards your shoulder. Work that feeling in your body. We're going to hold that stretch point. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. Right. So we've done our biceps, now we're going to work on our triceps. The triceps is the bigger muscle down the back of your arm. And the idea of the tricep is it extends by pulling your arm down. So you can feel that if you just have your arm up, put your hands to the back of your arm on the triceps. As you pull your arm down, you should feel the triceps move underneath your fingers. Yeah. Okay. So if it's compressing that direction to make it so that we're stretching it, we have to pull it back in this direction. So we can do 2 exercises for this. We're going to just choose which one works best for you. So both of them are similar. We're going to bring our arm up, and then we're going to either push down on our elbows to feel the stretch. The stretch should start to feel in the base of your armpit, and then stretch all the way up your arm. Or if you can, what we could do is bring our arm up the other direction and interlock our fingers and pull down that way. So whichever one works best for you. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Again, do the exact same thing one more time. Find that stretch point again and hold it. And release. Okay, right, we're going to switch over onto the other arm. So exactly the same thing again. Bring our arm up, feeling that we've got a stretch. Once we've found it, hold that. And release. Okay, one more time. Same thing again. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, that's both of our arms done. Right, so the next one we are going to do 2 separate exercises to stretch our back. Specifically, what we're looking to do is looking to stretch the large muscle that comes down our back, the latissimus dorsi. We've got 2 of them, one at each side of the body. They help with the motions of pulling your body back, also with regards to bending left and bending right. So it's quite difficult to get us to put our fingers on them. But if you give it a try, what you should find is if you try and just reach around, put your hand around you as if you even have a big hug. Yeah. And then if you pull your arms backwards or stretch up to your side, you should feel the shape of those muscles change. Yeah. So try bending from one side to the other. Try bringing your arms back and forwards. You should feel that change. Okay. So the 2 exercises we're going to do. The first one, we're going to reach up with our arm over our head and grabbing hold of the wrist with the other arm. We're just going to pull our body over. And what we're looking to do is feel that stretch all the way up that back muscle there. Once we've found that stretch point, hold it. And release. One more time, over our head. Pull ourselves over, find the stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, now to the other side. Arm holder, grab hold of the wrist. Pull ourselves up. Feel that stretch. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Hold the holder over, grab the wrist. And pull. Feel that stretch. And release. Okay, this next one makes us feel like we're a bit of a diver. So we're going to bring our hands up together above our head. We're just going to pull our body over as if we're trying to touch our toes, which is as far over as we can go. Feel that stretch and hold it. Okay, release. And one more time. All the way over. And hold it. And release. Okay. Right, so we've done our backs, we've done our arms. We now move on to our shoulders. So there's just one specific we're looking to try and do. That's going to try and stretch our shoulders all the way around. So if we put our fingers on top of our shoulders, as we move our arm across our body, you should feel that collection of muscles up here, your medial delt, start to change shape. As you put your hand a little bit further back, you should feel where it's starting to stretch a little bit. Okay, so we're going to try and feel, that's what we're looking for, is that stretch there. So as we bring our arm across, bring it across straight in front of us, keeping our shoulders down, we're then going to bring our arm in. We're just going to help hug that and pull so it's got a little bit of stretch on there. And once we've found that stretch, hold it. And release. One more time. All the way across. Find that stretch and hold it. And release. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Bring the arm all the way across. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. And one more time. All the way across. Find that stretch point. Hold it. And release. Okay, shoulder girdles are quite complicated sets of joints, always something to be careful and mindful of. Right, we're going to move down into our legs. I'm going to do three different exercises specifically for legs that we're going to look at. The first one is we look at the hamstring, stretching the hamstring. Sorry, not hamstring, the quads. So what the quads do is the quads pull our legs back up. So when you've got your leg in a bent position, your hamstring, when you compress it, pulls it together. So again, same thing, we can put our fingers on our quads, and we should be able to feel it move underneath our fingers. So to be able to stretch that, what we need to do now is elongate it. So we need to make that bigger. So if we grab hold of our ankle, you need to hold on to something for balance to do so. And you want to squeeze it so you can get your foot as close to your bottom as you can. If you can get your foot to your bottom, you might need to give yourself a bit of extra stretch. So just lean forwards until you feel that stretch down your quads. And hold it. And release. Okay, one more time. Again, heel to your bottom, or as close as you can get it. If you have got it there, you need a little bit more of a stretch, just lean forward and find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, it's always good to listen to your body. It tells you where things are working. I'm going to move on to the other leg. So same again, heel, find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time, heel to your bottom, find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. The next one, sometimes known as a runner's stretch. This one's going to stretch out our hamstring. So the hamstring is the large muscle that goes down the back of our leg. And again, that's responsible for bringing the leg up into this kind of position. So again, so if you put your fingers on there, as you squeeze your leg, or your heel towards your bottom, you should feel that moving quite nicely. The other muscle that it's going to do is it's going to sort your calf here as well. Because as we bring it down, we're going to point our toes up towards the ceiling. So again, if you move your feet up and down, what you should feel underneath your fingers is your calf muscle moving. Okay. So as we go into this one, you're going to put one foot forwards, pull your toes backwards, and with your other leg, you're just going to start to bend it down. Put your hand just above the knee of the leg that you're stretching out. As you bring it down, that's when you put a little bit of pressure on there so you can feel that stretch down the back of your hamstring and your calf. Once you've found that stretch, just hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point, hold it. And release. Okay. Now we're going to go on to the other leg. It's exactly the same. Pull our toes up towards the ceiling. Bend our other knee. Find that stretch point. Just put a little bit of pressure above the knee and hold it. And release. One more time. Into that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. What I'd like us to do is once we've found a space, spread our arms out to either side of us. So we're creating almost like a T shape with the ground with our body. And without raising our shoulders off the ground, I want us to take one leg, raise it up, and place the foot underneath the opposite side of the leg that's left on the ground, as close to your knee as you can. And what I want you to then continue to do is try to get the knee that's up in the air, so tilt it down towards the ground as much as you can without raising your shoulders off the ground. What you start to feel is a stretch that goes from your chest all the way down your sides into your glutes. Okay, once you've found that stretch point, hold it and release. Okay, and one more time. Again, don't worry if you can't get all the way down to the ground. Some people can, some people can't. And the key thing here is not to raise your shoulders off the ground. And hold it. And release. Okay, I'm going to do the opposite side. So put that leg down to the ground, raise your other leg, and again, tuck it in into the opposite side of the leg that's on the ground, as close with your foot as close to your knee as you can. You continue to roll over onto that side without raising your shoulders off the ground, and hold it. And release. And one more time. All the way over. And hold it. And release. Whew, okay. From there, we're going to roll over onto our fronts. So you're lying prone on the floor. And when you put your hands underneath where your shoulders are, and you're going to press against the floor, keeping your legs flat, looking up towards the ceiling, and really stretch up. Feel a stretch all the way down the front of your body, and a compression down your back, all the way up. Okay. And from there, let it go back down. We're going to push up onto our fours, push ourselves backwards into what's known as child pose. And all the way down, try and get your body as flat to the ground as you can. You'll feel that stretch all the way down your back, all the way into your hips. Hold that for 15 seconds. Okay. And then we'll go back into the first movement. So again, bring yourself back onto all fours, back onto laying down on the ground. Push with your hands underneath your shoulders. So you can look at the ceiling with your legs flat to the ground. Feel that stretch and hold it. Okay, and going back. Pushing ourselves up onto all fours and back over towards the floor so that our chest is on the floor. And feel that stretch and hold it. Okay. Right. So we've done that. We want to bring ourselves up onto all fours. So we've got our knees on the ground, our hands on the ground. We're going to go from angry cat to cow. So going to angry cat, you can imagine there's a piece of string between our belly button that we can pull up and down. We're going to pull it up through our back towards the ceiling, tucking our head under, really stretch that back out. Hold it up and hold it. Okay, now we're going to pull that same piece of string through our belly button down towards the ground, raise our head so it's looking at the ceiling into like a cow position. Okay, and reverse it. Pull that string up through our back. Really tucking our head under as far as we can. And reverse it. Pull that string down. Pulling our head up. Really feel that squeeze down your back. Stretch on the front. Okay. And bring ourselves back to a nice neutral feeling. The next one we're going to do is where we're going to put one arm forwards and the opposite leg backwards. And I want us to point our toes and point our fingers as far forwards and as far as back as we can. It's known as the bird dog. Really feel that stretch. It's as if you're trying to make yourself as big and as long as you possibly can to take as much room as you can. Okay. We'll go to the other side. So raise the opposite arm, the opposite leg. Really push those fingers forwards, push that toes backwards. Again, make yourself as big as you possibly can. Okay, down, and then back to the first set. Your arm forwards, your leg backwards, and then push it. Okay, and then back to the last one. Feet forward, feet backwards, fingers forwards. Push. Okay, right. And that's it. Stand up, shake everything off, grab yourself a drink.
Thanks, Martin.
Saturday. You're welcome.
Good start for the weekend.
Yeah. Have an absolutely super weekend. Hope you all had us a good time at football.
You too. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll speak to you on Monday. Back to normal. All right, bye for now.
Cheers then. Thanks. Bye.
And same with you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. You remember you can use your stretches at all times to be able to improve the way that your body performs. So after you've done any training, etc., specifically if you're doing isolation type exercise or anything where you're specifically targeting specific muscles, just remember to, when you finish your sets, just to spend a little bit of time doing the stretching and you'll feel a lot better for it. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday. We'll start doing the upper body section as we'll do normally next week. And until then, have an absolutely superb weekend. Bye-bye for now.